Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm diving into The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. This book has been everywhere on Book Talk and Bookstagram, but I gave it 3 stars. Let's talk about why. We'll go over the plot, the characters, what worked and what did not, and most importantly, whether you should read it. The story follows Catalina Martin, an engineer living in New York. She's independent, ambitious, and a little stubborn. Her problem, she needs a date to her sister's wedding in Spain. And not just any date, a boyfriend. Why? Because she told her family she had one. And now everyone's waiting to meet him. Her family back in Spain is warm but also a little overwhelming. Her cousins are nosy, her relatives love to gossip, and her ex-boyfriend is going to be at the wedding. So, Catalina's mission, don't show up alone. Enter Aaron Blackford. He's Catalina's co-worker. Tall, handsome, always serious. The kind of guy you would call intimidating. Catalina can't stand him. She finds him cold, grumpy, and way too critical. But when he volunteers to be her fake boyfriend, she's forced to say yes. So, they make a deal. Aaron will fly to Spain with her, play the role of perfect boyfriend, and save her from family drama. Sounds simple, right? But, of course, nothing is ever simple in romance novels. Once they are in Spain, the fake dating really kicks in. The wedding setting gives us everything: dancing, family dinners, awkward questions from relatives, and lots of forced proximity. And, of course, sparks begin to fly. Catalina realizes Aaron isn't just a grumpy co-worker. He's thoughtful, protective, and he genuinely cares about her happiness. One big theme here is trust. Catalina has been burned before. Her ex hurt her badly, and she's guarded. Aaron, on the other hand, is steady. He proves himself through actions, not just words. That's why readers swoon over him. He's the grumpy guy with a soft heart. Now let's get to my honest thoughts. This book is fun, yes. It has all the tropes, enemies to lovers, fate dating, slow burn, but here's the thing. It's too long. The pacing drags. A romance like this should feel snappy and addictive. But at 450 pages, it's stretched on unnecessarily. Some conversations repeat, some scenes feel like filler. Also, Catalina's inner monologue sometimes slow things down. I get it, she's nervous, she's overthinking, but as a reader, I did not need 3 pages of her debating. If Aaron's smile meant something, it could have been tighter. On the positive side, Aaron is a great romance hero. He's kind, steady, and emotionally supportive. The exact opposite of Catalina's ex. The Spanish setting also adds charm, especially the family dynamics. And when the romance does heat up, it's sweet and worth the wait. So here's my final verdict. The Spanish Love Deception is a fun, trope-filled romance with some really sweet moments. But for me, it dragged. I wanted a tighter story with less repetition. That's why I rated it 3 stars. Not a bad book, but not one I'll be rereading either. If you love slow burn romances and don't mind extra long books, you might adore this one. But if you want a fast, bingeable rom-com, there are tighter options out there. That's my take. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comments if you have read The Spanish Love Deception. Did you love it, or did you also feel it was too long? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest book reviews. See you next time.